Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Do you start feeling it? Do you start smelling it? Derby d'Italia, Inter Juventus on Sunday, 6 p.m. Italian time. I can't wait. The biggest game of calcio, especially when both teams are that close in the ranking of Serie A. The rivalry is there. And we need to give continuity to the game that we won against Lazio on Saturday. Do you remember? I was there. I watched everything. Well, we need to continue to win, even without Pepe on the field. That's the reality. Then you will tell me, Pepe, but did you already forget that we lost on Tuesday against Stuttgart in Champions League? It's Thursday morning? No, I didn't. Because the way that we play, or should I say, the way that we didn't play. We didn't dare enough. We didn't try enough. We were not dangerous enough the way that we entered or didn't enter the field. But at a certain moment, we don't have to forget, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on, and a reaction is needed from our Bianconeri. From the boys of Thiago Motta, from Thiago Motta himself. That's what I will speak about in today's video, the reaction that is needed. On top of that, I want to speak about Kenan Yildiz that is finishing on Corriere dello with some criticism. I really want to give my opinion about the criticism that was written about him. Arne's lot about Federico Chiesa. RX clear, what is he speaking about, what is he saying, is he right, is he wrong? A lot of things that we will speak about in today's video, so put a maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, I'm asking you to let me know if you're already in that Derby d'Italia mood, or you're still stuck in Juve Stuttgart. Let me know, because now we start. And first of all, I want to start sharing you something important. It's the time to do it. It's now the moment to download the OneFootball app. All the football content that you need in your pocket. The news, the videos, the score, everything there for all of you. The people that are living in UK and Ireland, well, they are a bit lucky. Why? Because you have two different formulas. Or you can go with a pay-per-view. You can pick the game that you want. And we already start tomorrow. Udinese, Cagliari, Torino, Como are the games of Serie A on Friday. Then you have Saturday, then you have Sunday. You have a lot of games. You can pick the game that you want. Pay-per-view. It starts at $4.99. Or then you have two different passes. The one that is supporting your team, the team pass, you select your team, and you have all the games of Serie A, of Juventus, for example, until the end of the season. That's for the people that are living there and are saying, I don't want to miss any single game. I want to watch it on my telephone, on my smart television. I want to watch it on PC or Mac, whatever. You can do it. And then you have the hardcore fans, like Beppe, Serie A fans. You want not only to know about Juve, but all the teams of Serie A. Well, you have the possibility with a season pass. Link is into the description. Do it now. Reaction Juve. Ragazzi, I tell you, Reaction Juve, reazione da Juve, reaction from Juve, a Juve reaction. This is the title of Tutto Sport. It's the first real moment of difficulty. And now we will know what kind of Juve we are. Because we never experienced Thiago Motta the day after a loss. It's the first time that it happens. I remember that moment of difficulties can be a turnaround in a season. Long time ago, 15-16, after a loss against Sassuolo, that's the moment where we clicked. Where we changed our destiny, and from the bottom part of Serie A, we were able to climb and win the Serie A against all odds. I also remember that last year, when things were going quite well in terms of result, that red card of Milik against Empoli was also a turnaround of a season. It was end of January, then there was the Inter game, and we were not able to react against Inter. We stood in the back. We tried to counter them in the best possible way, and it didn't work out because we lost. Udinese game, we lost. We were not able to win anymore. And we threw away, I'm not saying the Scudetto, but the possibility to fight until the end for the Scudetto. Well, this is a moment of reaction. This is a moment of difficulty for Juve, because it's not only the excuse of low block team that we are not able to compete with, but this time Stuttgart, they outclassed us. And now we need to show that we are ready. 2 losses in a row against Stuttgart and against Inter will be mentally a hard knock. And that's why we need to change that. That's why we need to do something different. And I think that Thiago Motta really understands the moment. You know what he did right after the Stuttgart game? He said to the guys, don't go home. We go all of us to the J Hotel, not to sleep. We go and we will have dinner together. To stick together, to be together, to have that moment where he speaks with the team, with the colleagues that are with each other, not alone in your bed thinking, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And that's really a beautiful people management thing. Then the day after, everyone off. Normally they should have worked. They should have been on the field. All of them off. And he was at La Continassa where he watched a lot of times the game. Juve Stuttgart. Watching it, analyzing it. What went wrong? What can be done better? What should we avoid against Inter? And today, in La Continassa, he will explain it. He will share his thoughts and his notes with all the team. That's good. Guys, at home, rest, forget. I will continue to work. I will prepare the work. Really, really beautiful. He's already in that mood. Huh? You know that Inter-Juve is an important game for him. You know that. Especially now after that loss against Stuttgart, because we're all waiting for some signs from Thiago Motta. On the other side yesterday, and that's probably also another thing that he did, he watched Inter playing in Champions League, and they won at the 93rd minute with a goal of Thuram, not Kenan, because Kenan is with us, but Marcus Thuram. They had the opportunity to do a lot of rotation. They played with a lot of rotation. They had difficulties to beat their opponent, but at the end, they did. 1-0 at the 93rd. Marcus Thuram will be there. Kenan Thuram, that's a big question mark. Because, of course, when we are thinking about Inter-Juve, we are also thinking about the family Thuram. Papa Lilian, by the way, Marcus said that he will support Juve. And I think it's totally normal. He played with us. His son, the little one, is playing with us. Last year, he was obliged to support a bit Inter, going on the field, celebrating that Scudetto because of his son. He was obliged. Was not really feeling well. But now he can really support Juve. Thuram, Marcus will be there. Kenan, that's a big question mark. They already played against each other when they were in France. It was a cup game. Unfortunately, it was Marcus that won at penalties. This time, there is time for revenge. It's time for Kenan Thuram to win that game. Koopmeiners will not be there. He will not be there. He doesn't make it. He's feeling pain, guys. It is what it is. Nico Gonzalez will not be there. Douglas Luiz, luckily, he stopped on time. He's not injured long term, but they don't want to risk him, and he will also miss Juve against Inter. 3 players that could possibly play in that advanced position. 3 players that are offensively in a way. 3 new signings that we will not have against Inter in the Derby d'Italia. So what is the lineup made by Gazzetta dello Sport? And then I will tell you my lineup. Di Gregorio, Cambiaso on the right side, Gatti, Kalulu, Cabal, Locatelli, Fagioli, double pivot, Conceição, Yildiz, Bangula, and then up front, Dusan Vlahovic. There are a lot of similarities with the one that I made this morning, but it's not exactly the same. I have exactly the same defense, so we agree on having Cambiaso as a right back, giving continuity to Cabal. But then I put Locatelli, Thuram there on the middle of the field. That's my only doubt, Thuram or Fagioli. I think that Thuram will be important, especially because if you play with a number 10 that will be not only on the back, but also in the role on the field, Kenan, Yildiz, you already have that degree of creativity. Locatelli, Thuram to block that strong physical midfield of Inter there in front of the defense. Kenan, Yildiz with Conceição. I would put him on the left. Wea, put him on the right. Dusan Vlahovic there on top. With that lineup, you have creativity, you have physicality, and you also have that unpredictability with Conceição on the left, which the Inter players, the defenders, are not yet used to, because they will study him on the right. What if he's playing on the left? Pay attention to that. Now we go towards the second topic of the video. Kenan Yildiz is in difficulty. These are the words of Corriere dello Sport. With the Turkish national team, he's doing excellent things, but with Juve, he's not that serene, he's not that relaxed, and a lot of things that he's doing with the Turkish national team, he's not succeeding in doing them, in replicating them with the Bianconeri. Not a lot of shot on goals. Is the number 10 too heavy for him? These are the question marks of Corriere dello Sport. Look, if you're looking at the stats, you will tell Beppe, 2 assists, 1 goal, only in Champions League, not yet in Serie A. I will tell you, probably they are right. Probably they are right. If you're looking at the last game against Stuttgart, that was not a beautiful performance of Kenan. I will tell you, probably they are right. probably are correct, because it's true that if you're looking at that game of Champions League, when he's tried to go over his man, dribbling, when he's doing and he's not succeeding, when he's doing that wrong movement on that possible assist from Adzic, you're saying Kenan is in difficulty. On the other side, I don't know if they watched the entire Serie A. From match day 1 and until match day 8, plus the 2 other games of Champions League, PSV and then Leipzig, Kenan Yildiz is serene. He's relaxed. Of course, he wants to score like everyone wants to score, because if you don't score, then people there. But he doesn't care about people. He's caring about doing his job perfectly. He's caring about what the coach is asking him. And the coach in this season, Thiago Motta, at the moment is asking Kenan Yildiz, like he asked Conceição or like he asked Cambiaso when they are playing there, or Wea, to play extremely wide. And to then, when the ball is arriving, arriving more centrally on the field, to be a link up with Dusan Vlahovic. Are things working perfectly at the moment? No. I think that Thiago Motta needs to work on offensive creativity, on some offensive patterns, on some solutions to be dangerous in front of the goal. But at the moment, guys, I watched him from really close there. The guy is top. The guy is really top. Of course, I'm expecting more from him. He's expecting more from him. But now, to write an article, Kenan Yildiz in difficulties after 11 match days, where most of them, yes, he was not able to score, maybe, but he was doing a beautiful performance, I think it's way too early. Way too early. Way too early. So can we move on and judge Kenan Yildiz in December, January, and then we can speak about a guy of 19 years old that is at his first real season in Serie A, and that is doing, according to me, the things that the coach is asking him. And the coach is defending him, because the coach knows what he's asking to Kenan, and Kenan is applying himself. Now, of course, we are waiting for that step up, and I'm confident that it will arrive. Now, it's not only the players, Koopman that will not be there, Nico Gonzalez, or Kenan that will be there, wherever he will be on the field. The question will be, what will Thiago Motta invent himself to win against Inter? Because we are speaking about a game that needs to be won. Juventus needs to score. Juventus needs to cross. Juventus needs to play vertical. Juventus needs to run. Juventus needs to press. Juventus needs to increase that intensity. Looks like I'm describing Stuttgart. What they did against us in the Allianz Stadium is what we should do against Inter. High pressing, running. Today, I opened YouTube comment section because you know that I love to read you. And I saw the message of Mlaggio that said, Beppe, I'm not an expert, but to me, Stuttgart looked like Motta's Bologna last year. Starting from behind, passing in triangles, high pressing. Hoeneß defeated Motta with his own weapons. And it's true. What Stuttgart did looked like what we need to do. Looks like what Thiago had in mind to do. Well, Stuttgart did it. Perfect comment. I really appreciated that comment. That was really good. So according to me, Mlaggio, that was a perfect comment. I don't know if you are an expert or not, but that was a perfect comment. So thank you for your beautiful comment, and continue, guys, to comment under the video. And then we finish with the last topics about the Arne slot that spoke about Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa that, didn't play a lot. Didn't play a lot with Liverpool, and we don't know when he will play. Then we'll play, but it's the past, it's an ex-player. Wait. It's an ex-player, but it's an important player in the history of Juve, recent history of Juve. Arne Slot yesterday said that he was sad because of the situation of Federico Chiesa, that he doesn't know when Chiesa will be back. He says he comes from an entire summer where he didn't really train isolated, but not with the team. He's arriving from Serie A to the Premier League, where the intensity of Premier League is way higher than in Serie A. And I know because I played against Bologna, I played against Milan. He didn't mention, but he also played against other teams last season, I believe Roma, etc., etc. He says, I know that the intensity in Premier League is way higher than in Serie A. For Federico, it's extremely difficult because he didn't train there, because in training session he can't follow. It's difficult for him. Now that opens, of course, a question about Serie A. In Italy, we say something. We say, chi va piano va lontano, which means who goes slow goes far. And I think it's a fantastic, beautiful, old vintage quote. But unfortunately, it's a bit vintage, it's a bit old, and today, in today's football, it doesn't probably, it's not correct anymore to say chi va piano va lontano, because you see it, the intensity of Stuttgart, the intensity of Premier League, the intensity of Liga, of German teams, even if yesterday Bayern lost 4-1 against Barcelona, is high, and today you need to play fast. Today you need, that's the real possession. Too much possession is crazy. Yesterday I watched the goal from Barcelona. It was crazy. Of course it was already a 3-1, but it was in 3 passes with 9 touches. They were there in front of goal and they scored. You need to combine both. You need to manage the moments where you need to manage the ball in possession, but you also need opportunities to go fast in verticality with high density. And that's something that Italian football sometimes are close in the tacticism that I love, but you need to combine it. You don't need to go towards only one option. You need to be able to combine both. Like Thiago Motta is asking to his boys, being able to master that defensive phase and then that transition to go towards offensive phase. Let's be honest, that offensive phase, even with injuries, etc., is starting to work. It's nice, changing with a lot of men, with next-gen players, with new signings, like Cabal, etc., but our offensive phase needs to be worked on. And I think that Thiago Motta, he knows. And that's why we'll try to go in San Siro, in that position, with the eye of the tiger, wanting to forget the game of Stuttgart, and in terms of behavior, doing something totally different. I can't wait of that reaction for our boys. Guys, if you didn't yet, please put a maximum of like, continue to subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.